Hey guys, I think it's Cobra time. What do you say? Let's open up some G.I. Joes. Let's go! Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we're back again for yet another unbox. This time around, we are going back into the G.I. Joe universe. We have a Cobra scrap iron and anti-armor drone. Now, I acquired this and a whole slew of other Joes, courtesy of my co-host from the Outer Dimensions podcast, Dre, aka the Collector's Safe Space, and you can check out all of his links in the video description below. I acquired a few Marvel figures for him that he had a hard time finding, and he acquired some Joes that I had a hard time finding. So we did a nice little swap, and this is one among many figures we have coming through the pipeline. But I mean, come on, take a look at that. We got some surface-to-air missiles coming out of this little mobile unit here with scrap iron. So we have to start with this. Now, I mean, just looking at the box here, guys, obviously great posing right there. I mean, that's not art. That's, well, it is posing art, but that's not like a hand-drawn thing. I mean, we get the little background diorama thing going on. I wish Hasbro would get on that. But we see a bunch of our accessories right here in the upper right-hand corner. There's a lot of blast effects that they give us, smoke effects, and we get the rockets, we get a handgun, helmet, and a remote control for the remote unit here. And again, everything is reiterated right here in the back, so we can use these and attach the rockets to it, so we can give the effect that the rockets are shooting right out of the unit. And we get 1 6-inch figure here, guys. Scrap iron and anti-armor drone. Let's get right on into it. Now, I need a blade. I need a knife to cut into this. And I think we're gonna, since this is G.I. Joe, we're gonna, a little shout out to my buddy, Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. You can also check out his channel. I'm gonna have a link for that in the video description below as well. He made this for a bunch of his friends of maybe a year or two back, and this thing is still razor sharp. I could cut myself very easily with this thing. I love it. It's my bat knife. So of course this is the windowless box, so you know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get ourselves a little Cobra lock box with all the accessories, and that's it. Toss the box to the side. There is some assembly required. Now I'm going to pause this while I'm getting all the rope and drawstring on here. Strawstring, I guess you could call it. We'll pause and we'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We got all the rope, as it were, off. And we took all of our stuff out of the lock box. I do like these boxes. It shows us this is the scrap iron anti-armor drone. It looks like a little military lockbox, Cobra themed. So we get the treads here. Now there are no wheels per se, but I mean, there is a little bit of movement, so to speak. So you kind of like, you could pose it in different ways, technically speaking, depending on what type of display you're doing. So I guess you could have something like, say, there's like a little ramp or something. You could have one part that's going off the side of it. I mean, this is kind of an interesting approach, you know. There's different things. You could set this at different angles, which is pretty cool. I love the, this is not like a sticker effect. This is already on there. So they give us that kind of pre-painted, so to speak. And we get the little, I mean, they do really good detail on here. I am seriously tempted to do a little bit of weathering, because, you know, if this is going to be in battle, you're going to figure that, you know, he's going to have, I imagine this goes right on there like that. Yep. Goes on there. You got like little cameras and such right on there. I think that's pretty cool. Like I was saying, I think a weathered look on it, you know, doing some weathering on it would really add a little bit more depth and detail. And Scrap Iron, he is looking rough. It burns off the side of his head. He's wearing some grenades. Little holster for his gun. He does have a slot on his back for a pack. We'll see if he gets one. The arms, the joints don't feel loose at all. He feels actually pretty, a little stiff in the knee. But he definitely is a solid character. You know, he kind of reminds me of Toad from X-Men. You know? Well, let's get into the accessories here. There we go. There's one batch. I mean, take a look at these rockets. I mean, the rocket's about the length of his leg right here. And, you know, we don't get like one solid piece. We get some laser guided with a Z. Some of the writing's not perfectly straight, but that's perfectly fine. We get these kind of blast effects that just kind of sit along the side of the drone unit itself. There we go. There's everything else. I mean, take a look at the the kind of detail, like the swirling that they do around the blast. I mean, you could have that set up like that. I mean, you could use this for a lot of different figures. You don't have to use it for G.I. Joe. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff we could use it with. Okay, we get obviously his obligatory helmet to cover what's left of his face. There you go. It is a little, the helmet, I'll admit, the helmet's a little loose on his head, but hey, I can work with it. I really can. We get the remote control, of course. And there should be a gun. There we go. Got the gun right here. And yeah, he of course can hold it. We get his trigger finger, if you will. So yeah, he can hold the gun perfectly in there. But we're going to keep the gun in his holster for right now because, you know, he's going to be using the drone controls here. Now that's going to be the fun part is, can we get it so that he's holding it with both hands? I might have to play around with it. But if he's holding it with one, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I have a stand right here. Got these 3D printed stands off of Amazon. At least until I can get my 3D printer up and running. So there we go. We got him holding the drone, or the drone controller right there. Now, let's get dangerous. Now there are some, don't know if we'll get a look into there, but there are grooves in there that these rocket blasts should hit and peg right in. And take a look at it. We have, you know, I guess you could say kind of like an exhaust vent, if you will. So we can actually see the rocket shooting right out of there, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, one is longer than the others, giggity. But that's to show the effect of both rockets shooting out. Get it so that there we go. I mean, that right there just looks awesome. Now I'm going to move this to the side. It is cool that we get kind of like this little background, but with the holes. I don't know. It feels like it's almost, I don't know, like a missed opportunity, so to speak. So we have these rocket blasts that I guess we could set up. Now, one is bigger than the other, so I'm going to put this one kind of like behind. Yeah, we're going to turn this around so it looks like it's like blasting upwards. And, I mean, we get these different kind of blasts. Like, we could have it where smoke is kind of like bursting around. You know, it's however you want to set it up. But just itself, I mean, I kind of want to do like a low light, like metallic scraping. Some scoring on the sides if I can. Because, I mean, it's cool that we get the rocket and the blast effects right here. But you would think like with those blasts coming through, you might get like, you know, the flame, the heat would kind of do a little bit of wearing down. You know, like, I mean, is Cobra really going to spend the money to touch up the paint job every single time it goes into battle? I don't think so. I would think that there should be some scraping, some scratching here for either from transport or being on a battlefield. That's just what I see. And as you can see, we can turn this up pretty. We can do it straight. We could have it shooting up. I mean, that's pretty good right there. If we wanted it, we could have this like on a hill. And technically, it's almost like it's pointing downwards towards the ground. So, I mean, there's a lot of posability. We could have it rotated sideways. You know, you could even have it, you know, on a hill. I mean, we could rotate it backwards if you want. It's a thing you could do. There's a lot you can do with this. And I just think that, you know, we're going to have scrap iron off to the side. We're going to have the blast effects going on. We can even set up some of the blast effects right there on the back of the track. You know. And yeah, we could set that up. I mean, I think this looks pretty damn cool. If you're fortunate to find this, I definitely say you should definitely get this. I mean, it's cool. It's not quite a full vehicle, but it is a very cool unit to have. Now, obviously, you could rotate this out. We want it to be vice versa. We can definitely do that. Or, you know, now unfortunately the rockets do not actually fit in. Well, no, they do fit in there. So yeah, you can have it so, let's say you only want one rocket to be coming out. That is a thing you can do, guys. It is a thing you could do. You know, if you want to. You know, there's a lot of things you could do. Let's take this other one out. And you just gotta kind of rotate it. So yeah, you can just have him kind of like it's ready to blast at someone. Or you can just have, I think it looks way better with the blast in there. With the smoke effect. I mean, I just want to know why Hasbro is not doing this with Power Rangers. Why are they not doing this with Marvel? Why are they not doing this with Star Wars? I mean, they can do laser effects. They can do blast effects from grenades and bombers and all different kinds of stuff. They're totally missing the point, but G.I. Joe is killing it. They're killing it. I think this looks amazing. I mean, even take a look at the even the drone remote right here looks pretty accurate, pretty cool. Like I said, he does have the peg hole, so he could wear a field pack from someone else. Do I think he looks better with or without the helmet? I have to say kind of without the helmet, but I get it if he's working with ordnance. You know, the explosions, he needs to kind of protect what he has left of a face. But yeah, I think he is definitely a major go. Now, you could have it where maybe he's holding the drone remote in this hand. If I can get it going. And then maybe he's got the gun in the other hand. because maybe he's trying to hold off some Joes, you know? Let's see if I can get this going. So yeah, we can definitely get him posed like that. I think he's definitely a major go. I mean, they did a good job on him. Does he look fantastic? Is he 100% perfect? No. But I'll say he's probably a 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Easy. Again, the detail, the sculpt on the G.I. Joe Classified series has been amazing. We even get like a little targeting readout. I don't know how well that's going to show. You can kind of make it out a little bit right there. But that is there. It shows up in person. It definitely shows up. They just do a really damn good job on these, man. So Scrap Iron and his anti-armor drone, if you will. Definitely a major go. This, I can't wait to display this on my shelf. I gotta start my Cobra shelf. I don't have a Cobra shelf started just yet. Well, I do kind of, but the effects, they are just molded pieces, but they're hella good. I mean, look at this. We got the rocket blast, plus we got the swirling here. So, I mean, I guess if you wanted, you could kind of do something like that. But I definitely think, like, if we just had it sitting back here, it makes sense if there was exhaust. But there is no exhaust here. So, it's a thing you could do. I mean, you could just set this up as little blast parts along the field. If the rockets look a little bent, maybe a little bit of hot water. I would not use a hot air gun or a hair dryer or anything like that. I would just use a little bit of, heating up maybe a little bit. But, I mean, these are solid pieces. They don't feel hollow at all. And this is just a major go. Again, I do want to do a little bit of weathering on these. I think that would go a long way on here. And just add a little bit more, I don't know, depth, a little bit more detail to it. But that's just me, guys. But guys, if you liked this video, give me that thumbs up. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, please check out all the links I have in my video description below of different sources and different channels who are great friends of mine, great content creators. But guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And you know what I'm going to say. I will always catch you on the flip side. Take care.